Well, hello again, and welcome back to the Processor Guy. Let me get my screen set up for you properly. There we are. We're going to talk today about a Facebook group that I'm in. A couple of guys, one guy in particular, didn't quite understand the difference between the pitch shifter and the harmonizer. A pitch shift, very simply, is a static amount. If we look over here on the editor screen, this where it says pitch right here, this number is the number of half notes that you want to add to the original signal. Here's the pitch. Here's the sound dry. This is a good kind of 70s rock kind of basic tone that I use for a lot of stuff. Let me turn my overdrive back on. Right there we go. Okay. You're going to get a static sound. Here's the original tone. Now I'm going to turn the pitch shift on. If pitch is set to 0, you'll get a detune. It'll be a detune, like 3, maybe 4 cents. Usually it's between 3 and 5 cents. It'll take your original tone. We talked about this. It'll take your original tone. It'll detune it by 3 or 4 cents. I think it's probably 4. And then you can adjust the delay level, the delay between the original signal and the pitch shifted signal, the detuned signal. And then you can also adjust the overall effect level, okay? The more you increase the delay level, the further apart the spread will be. Think of this as a notched chorus effect, okay? A chorus cycles the distance or adjusts the delay time between the original and the affected note, okay? So here we are. We've got it set to 0, right? We're going to turn it on. You'll hear the clean sound first. Well, the distorted sound. And then when we turn the pitch shift on with the pitch set to 0 right here, you'll hear a detune. Okay, now that's just a slight detune. The pitch is set to 0. Now, every time you click, if we look over here at the pitch shift section again, okay, for every time you add a number on pitch, that is 1/2 step that you're adding. This note is E, right? Now, if I add a half step, it's going to be E and F together. It's not going to sound very good. It's called a minor second, okay? 1/2 step or 1 fret is a minor second. 2 frets is a major second. It's, E and F sharp together kind of doesn't really work. But it's a fixed amount. No matter what note I play, it'll remain, the distance between the original and the shifted note will remain the same. So if I play an A, I'm going to get an A and a B at the same time. If I play a B, I'm going to get a B and a C sharp at the same time. There's A and B. There's B and C sharp. It's going to stay the same the whole time, okay? It's not going to work if you're trying to harmonize, all right? That's completely different. What this is good for, what I use the pitch shift for is output either a perfect fifth, and when you're playing a power chord, that's what you're playing, the 1 and the 5 of that specific scale, right? So we're going to go up to a fifth. Let's see, that's 7. There's a perfect fifth. Now, this is going to sort of be like a power chord. If I play one note, I'll get a fifth above it, and it'll sound like a power chord. Now, multiple notes, trying to play a chord in this, with this turned on like this, is not going to work for you. Listen. There's a lot of really weird transient notes going on because it's trying to shift every note you're playing, and it's not going to work. But a single note doesn't sound half bad. Now, if we go up 12, we'll get an octave above. Ooh, I went too far. If we go up 12, we'll get an octave above the original note. This is 2 E's. Now we'll go 12 below. We'll get an octave below the original note. Let me go down a little bit more. There we go. There we are, right there. Now it sounds like I've got a guitar and a bass playing the same line. That's all the pitch shift does. The pitch shift is not designed to harmonize at all. It just gives you your original note and the shifted note in whatever dimensions you want. Okay, if you want the echo level to be high or low, or the overall effect level high or low. That's pitch shift. That's a fixed amount. Remember, it's a fixed amount. It's not going to change depending on the key that you're in. Now the other one, the harmonist, is completely different. This is a harmonizer. We're going to come down here. We're going to select harmonist. Okay. Now it's already got a key signature in here. Now I'm going to change the key to, let's see, where is it? I can't really read the screen. There it is. There we go. I'm going to change the key to G. Okay. This is going to work for both a G major, a song that is in G major, but it's also going to work for a song that's in E minor, and I'll show you why. The G major scale and the E minor scale have the same notes. They're called, the E is the relative minor to G. They're called relative because they share the same notes, just a different starting position. That's all. On the E minor scale, you'd start with the E and then play E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and E. Well, that's also the G scale if you start on G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Different starting points, same scale. Relative minor, okay? Here's a quick look, and hopefully you'll be able to see this well. It's kind of a dark picture. It didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, but here are, if you look over there on the left, you'll see right here, I've got the relative minor keys. Over here on the left is the major key. Over here on the next to it is the relative minor key. So C, the relative minor to C, is A minor. They share the same notes, same scale. Okay, just different starting points. Okay, so what we did just a second ago, I changed the key to G. Now we're going to add, now on where it says harmony, we're going to add a third, which is, for the key of G, it would be a major third above. But for the key of E minor, it would be a minor third above. So we're going to set it to 3, and you'll hear the difference. There we go. Oh, sorry, that's -3. I wanted +3. I got that wrong. Hold on. I wanted +3. Where's +3? There it is, right there. +3. So E minor scale, right? Here's the E minor scale with the harmonist turned on, and I'm adding this the third to each note in the scale. Now, if I play the G scale, the notes will be exactly the same. Watch. I'll play the G scale. It'll be exactly the same. Now it sounds major because I started on the major. I started on the G. When I start on the relative minor E, they all sound like minor intervals. So if I'm playing in the key of G, or same thing, relative minor, E minor, I can use the E minor scale, which is the same as the G major scale. So here's an E minor, just a couple of little quick E minor riffs. And again, multiple notes at the same time is not going to work. Multiple strings, it's not going to work. They need to be single note passages. Now, I don't know that I would necessarily use this to record with. I would just literally play the harmony part myself. But, you know, it's fun to mess around with. It's not something I think I would probably use for a recording, but it's fun to mess around with. I like goofing off with it. I mean, it's kind of cool. Now, the difference between the two. If you want a static fixed interval, like if you want to play one note and have a power chord play at the same time, use your pitch shift. If, however, you want to harmonize with something, I don't have anything pulled up right now. I'm working on a new piece, and it's in E minor, and I don't know. I might try the harmonizer. It has some unpleasant transient noises that I'm not really crazy about, and it's not a next level harmonizer. It's a very basic harmonizer. You set your key, you set the harmony that you want, right? A third. I set 3. Okay. You can do you can put any interval in there, any harmony that you want in there. And you'll get some interesting results. Something that I like, with the pitch shifter every now and then I'll put in uh shoot, what is it? A sixth above, and it's fun to goof around with, but I don't know that I could ever use it for anything. Okay. Now let's listen to the basic sound again. If you take a look at the editor screen here, this is what I call my basic 70s rock tone right here. And that, it's good. It's good for everything from say Led Zeppelin to Leonard Skinner. Kind of a good meaty 70s tone. 70s tone was a lot more about overdriven amps. And the way I've got this set up right now, and this is my favorite way to put together patches, honestly. Most 90% of the time, I'll set up a clean. You see the cursor here. I set it to the clean amp with very low gain, very little gain. And then I'll pick a distortion effect, right? Overdrive or distortion from the list. Look at all this good stuff in here, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. I'll pick most of the time I'm using the turbo distortion or the turbo overdrive because I want a lot of meat. I want a lot of fuzz. I want it to be thick and nasty. So that's what I wind up doing. But I'll start with a clean amp and then I'll set the distortions. I'm not crazy about the amp sims. There are a couple that I like. I like the lead sim. I like the tweed sim, and I really like the clean sim. So that works for me. I kind of dig that stuff. Okay. Well, that's it. All right. I wanted to make this as quick as possible. Remember, pitch shift is for a fixed amount. Harmonizer is for a harmony part, right? Let me let's see. Is that still set up right? Here, I'm going to change the key. We're going to change the key to A. And then we'll do this. I should probably turn it on. There we are, right there. Sound familiar? Thin Lizzy. That's an example of when the harmonizer works really, really well. That was 2 guitar players playing individual notes, but together, they created a harmony. Harmonist is for harmonizing. Harmonizing is when you want to add a note from the scale. Pitch shift is if you want a fixed distance between your original note and your shifted note. That's going to remain the same no matter what. Okay? That's a basic idea, right? Pitch shift is fixed distance. Harmonizer changes depending on the key that you're in. All righty? All right, so we're going to drop that down and lose that. Bam! There we are. And we are going to call it quits for today. Okay? We'll see you next time. Next time, we're going to be talking about tones heard round the world. Those guitar sounds that changed the way people made guitar sounds. Okay? to give you an idea, a little teaser. We're going to talk about something really, really, really cool from 1978, the first album from a band from 1978. And you're really going to like that. It's going to be cool. All right. So we'll see you soon. Peace, brothers.